is China a friend of Zimbabwe, or China is a friend of Zanu-PF? You may answer this question quickly, but my request is go to Mtoko and find out what happened to the graveyards of our people when the Chinese arrived there with bulldozers, having and salivating for the granite rock they wanted to mine. Go and see how our people in Chiredzi in the plantations were removed when they wanted to do a partnership in the farming there, in the mining there. Go and find out what happened to people in Mount Darwin there. Go and find out what happened to our people in Marange when they partnered with the government to mine diamonds. What happened to the people? And look at how they are treating our people in those farms, in those mines. And tell me that these Chinese are the friends of the country and not the friends of the cabal. So I want to submit that when a country is captured by a political cabal, it lost its sovereignty to that political cabal. There is no sovereignty to talk about. There was no sovereignty in Venezuela. Those who say, you are interfering with a country, a sovereign country, these are crocodile tears. Any European president who is condemning what Trump did to Venezuela, the day they will pay reparations for the thievery they committed in African soil during the colonial days, and the reparations for the murders they committed during the colonial process, and the payment and reparations for the sons and daughters of Africa, which died in the battlefront in the First World War, in the Second World War. That is the day I will believe their sincerity. King Leopold of Belgium killed more than 20 million Congolese in the DRC. Until today, Belgium has not paid any reparations to DRC.
Wow.
How dare they want to stand up and say, we condemn what happened in Venezuela? They are all hypocrites.
Yes.
On the crown of the British monarch are diamonds stolen from South Africa. They have not been returned until today. What dignity do they have? Now listen to me. I found a scripture that is interesting.
All right.
Yes, and I would like to say it's regrettable, very regrettable that when I read some articles and some books written by the so-called academics, sometimes I finish reading those articles with a heavy heart, wondering, why does education seem to dissolve common sense? I don't know. I don't know if you if you have seen it. There's something that continues to worry me, that some people become less logical because of the hours they spend in the lecture room. It's very amazing. Very amazing. Yeah. I raised a question, and I'm not criticizing Professor P.L.O. Lumumba. He's an academic of note. I admire his intellectual capacity. But I doubt his insincerity in the African problems. I respectfully see him as an opportunist. and I may be wrong, but that's how I feel. That's my personal opinion. I don't have to agree with you. Of course, you don't have to agree with me. I want you to go and find out, and if he finds this video, he might need to respond to me. I want to understand. Maybe it's just lack of understanding. I don't understand how he patronized with the President John Pombe Magufuli, the late of Tanzania, who had dictatorship tendencies. Opposition members disappeared and died under his watch.
Okay.
Actually, the main opposition member had gone to Canada into exile during the days of President Magufuli. And one of the people who started campaigning for Magufuli to get a second term before he died was Professor Lumumba.
All right.
Now, my question is, how do you criticize African leaders for dictatorial tendencies, being heavy-handed, being undemocratic, trying to retain power through unorthodox means, and at the same time, you are helping them to retain power unprocedurally? How does that happen? As an academic and an advocate of African awakening and Pan-Africanism, I would have hoped to hear him having an interview at the house of the main opposition leader in Tanzania after leaving the State House, where he had an interview with Magufuli. I watched that interview. I know it very well.
Okay.
And the second question is, how did Professor Lumumba represent Uhuru Kenyatta when he had stolen an election as an advocate of the law?
Okay.
Explain to me, because in that court case, Uhuru lost. The court said there were irregularities. Odinga did not lose the election. Uhuru did not win the election fair and square.
Okay.
They had to do a runoff. A re-election. And the re-election happened, Uhuru won, and that's when they had a deal with Odinga. Remember, the country was almost ungovernable. The Odinga people said, we don't recognize Kenyatta as a president, and that's how Odinga became the chief negotiator in the African Union, because Kenya had that post at that time. I follow these politics because I'm very interested in our people and in the affairs of our people. So Uhuru Kenyatta hired a lawyer after stealing an election. Who is the lawyer? Professor Lumumba. Did Uhuru Kenyatta win that court case? Dololo. After leaving the courtroom with his defeat, Professor Lumumba goes back onto social media and he says, you know, look, I'm not attacking him. I really love him.
Yeah.
But real love does not shun criticism.
No.
Yes.
These are two events that I am not creating from my own head. You can research this and verify it. If you are a lover of Professor Lumumba, explain to me, how do you criticize unaccountable leadership, incompetent leadership, corrupt leadership,
Yes.
and then you defend it using your profession?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Where is your sincerity in that? We asked this same question when BT represented Gideon Gono and Chombo in a corruption case, and we said, no, it's unethical.
Yes.
It is legal, but it's unethical.
Yes. That's right.
In Europe, they don't do that. Yeah, they don't do that. Ignatius Chombo is facing corruption charges, He was a minister of local government in Zanu-PF. You are a vice president in the CCC, in the MDC alliance. Ignatius Chombo hires you to defend him in court. How does that make sense? During campaign days, you say, corruption is evil.
Yeah.
We want to defeat corruption. All these Zanu-PF ministers are corrupt.
Yeah.
You can't
Zanu says, arrest this one is too, we are corrupt, but this one is too much. This one comes to you and pays you corrupt money.
Yeah.
Because if a man is corrupt, he will also use his corrupt money
Of course.
to pay the legal fees.
Of course.
How do you expect the voters to trust you? You are driving an expensive car, bought from money, paid through legal fees. One of your clients is a minister in a corrupt government. How do you fight corruption with a clean heart? And when we ask those questions, we are not fighting anyone.
Yes.
I think a wise leader would say, oh, I saw my mistake there, I will do corrections. Yes. We ask questions, and we are also not immune to criticism. If you want to criticize us, you can criticize us.
Yes.
And criticism is not an insult.
No.
If you found this discussion I've just had as an insult, it means your IQ is very low.
Okay.
And that's not my problem.
No.
You might need to go to your creator for remedies. All right. So it's disingenuous, but it makes sense. When dictators from Africa defend another dictator called Maduro, and say what Trump did is a violation of a